Thank you. Just a brief question for the witness. You mentioned,
Opo, Your Honor.
thank you. You mentioned earlier that there are many factors that come into play when you decide whether or not to file charges regarding grave threats.
Opo.
Now,
Yes,
there
Your
are
Honor.
many factors in how you decide what constitutes a grave threat.
Yes, Your
And I
Honor.
wanted to know, what weight do you give those factors? Are there certain aspects of a grave threat that you put more importance on, whether it's the type of threat or who the threat is made to? What does does the NBI give more weight to a certain element of
Yes, Your Honor.
threat?
It's a convolution of these factors na kinonsider namin. Una, yung delivery or manner in which the utterances were spoken, which is sabi ko nga, nasa atmosphere na kung saan furious and fumingly mad yung Vice President nung sinabi niya yon. And then, aside from delivery and manner, kinonsider namin yung literal meaning ng statement, which is on its face, makikita natin na even before the press conference was held on November 23, 2024, in fact, even before the questions was thrown by Francis Maui to the Vice President, the Vice President had already contracted.
But is there a, what do you give the most weight to? I'm aware that you have different factors that come into play.
Kinonsider ho namin-
Is there a specific, because binanggit nyo po yung, halimbawa, meron kayong 2 tests for grave threat. Binanggit nyo po kahapon. I just wanted to know what is the basis for, or if there is a hierarchy in the level that in all these elements, if there is a hierarchy. What the elements are,
There's a
but is there a
hierarchy.
hierarchy in those whether or not when you decide on whether or not to file charges of grave threats?
Your Honor, it's a combination ng lahat po na factor po
So nothing is given more weight than not one in your past experiences. You've never there's no everything is equal. All these factors that you've mentioned.
Well, in this case, yung literal meaning, at the same time, yung nature ng instruction.
Is it more of the type of the actual threat, if it's a death threat, or if it's a halimbawa, kung sasabihin niya, whether it's a threat of, is the gravity of the threat a factor, or is it who the threat is made to?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there something that triggers your investigation more? I mean, what is there a factor that you place more weight to, or that you place more weight to when deciding whether or not to file these charges?
Yung status ho ng nagsasabi nun.
Yeah, when you made the decision, I was curious as to what factors did you put the most weight to?
Yung nature of the instruction as well as yung the fact na may kinausap na siya bago pa man siya tanungin. Yun po yung dalawa na yun, sir.
And these are defined, but are these defined in any legal, or this is just purely the discretion of the NBI, or is there a particular definition in the law that would create a hierarchy of?
I would say it satisfies the elements of grave threats, Your Honor.
Okay, but it's not necessarily defined in the law. A lot of it is open to interpretation of the NBI.
Yes, Your Honor. Based on facts, nakita ho namin papasok ba yung elementong ganito, elementong ganyan, elementong ganon. Nung nagkaroon ho kami ng findings, nirefero namin sa DOJ. DOJ, sir, ito ang findings namin. Ano po ang masasabi nyo? Then nag-issue ho ng certification ng DOJ at ang sabi ng DOJ, certified, all of the elements required for the crime charged is complete. So pwede na tayo mag-proceed sa preliminary investigation.
Yeah, thank you. Importante po kasi na ma-define po natin kung ano po yung grave threat, kung ano po yung... And I just want to know what latitude does the NBI have in deciding whether or not to file a charge of grave threat.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, thank you
Opo.
very much, sir.